three. Hugh Evans, Nolan Fine, Leroy Richardson are the officials for tonight. And John Stockton has it in his hands, picked up by Avery Johnson. Now Hornacek and Karl Malone, who will take the first shot of the ball game. Here's Malone again, picked up by Herrera. Nice pass underneath by John Stockton. There's the pick and roll. Herrera gets the return pass up and under. Ostertag is there. Now it's knocked loose again. That's the second time they've reached in and gotten the ball. Malone all the way.
Second reach-in tonight. This is one of the few teams also, Doctor, to take threes and jumpers all night. That means he's not driving the lane and getting everyone else involved like that there.
Malone fouled by Cadillac Anderson.
Obviously, the one guy you don't want driving to the basket is Karl Malone. You know, coaches teach him.
Behind the mask. On the second of two 10-day contracts and playing for his career is on the floor, and Avery Johnson fouls Karl Malone. I'll tell you what, he didn't back away, did he?
He will not back away. Avery, he's not the best player on the Spurs. There's 2 or 3 at times because he's the guy that drives you crazy.
And San Antonio finally hits after missing its last 7 shots. It's Vinny Del Negro. Here's that transition defense. Nobody back.
Transition D, and you know what, Vern? They were back. They threw it anyway. You know, the flow of this game is exactly the way Greg Popovich wants it. Nice and slow, no quick shots, except for that one. But that's a jump shot, and they don't mind that.
They've tied it up. Now here's Isley. Stockton continues to rest. Here's the pick and roll to Malone. 3 thus far at the line. You, right?
Yeah, I had my troubles also.
Lead of the night at 24-23. Isley got away from Alec. 18-12 while John Stockton rested. Last half of the first quarter. Whoa, Herrera strong to the basket.
That's the play that they miss David Robinson the most, is on the pick and roll, because when he sets a pick, everyone pays attention. That guy might not be hot later or down. You'd break out in hives because you knew the rest.
Antoine Karl. Stockton guarded by Maxwell. 5 on the shot clock. Now Stockton passes on the shot, gets it to Steven. Maxwell double teamed. They get it over to Corey Alexander for 3. No, off the front edge. And here comes Utah. And there's John Stockton. No transition defense again.
And tonight, that's how the Jazz are realizing where to go. They have to get back out there. It always is the weak side guy. You're shooting the jump shot, you can't get back. And they're running out.
Stockton underneath. What a beautiful play. And there's Malone. Who takes time to chat with the guys who paid a lot of bucks to sit in the first row down there.
You know, it's funny, when guys do that, and you look at this cut, and you're going to see this a lot tonight, and start mugging to the cameras. Guys on other teams really don't appreciate that or like that. The problem is Karl Malone. There's not a lot you can do about it. So I think with him, people forget and just let it go.
Sure. Wise.
It's like the bully kicking sand on your face. If he's the bully...
Second 10-day contract with San Antonio, so a decision will be made shortly. Here's Stockton driving and dishing to Malone. And Karl Malone's going to go back to the free throw line.
And 2 times in a row now.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah, that's extraordinary. That not only have they not missed games, but they played.
Lane violation. Andy Wilkins looks underneath to Malone. Anderson's got him. Here's Malone. Oh, boy. Oh, man.
And that was set up by Chris Morris. He backed the ball up. He gave his team some spacing, gets it in and cuts, and you'll see Utah cutting all night.
Karl Malone with 4 assists along with everything else. 4-point lead.
Karl Malone got that rebound and looked right up court. He wanted to advance the basketball. Good job by the Spurs that time getting back.
Purdue is back on the floor. Maxwell from way outside. Air ball.
And the tempo is starting to change a little bit. You can see Utah running and beating them down the court right there. You can see the tempo.
And Karl Malone goes flying into the photographers. There will be no kick, I promise you that. Instead, there's a gentle pat on the back of the head. And a smile. Well, there's a difference in demeanor, rather.
Watch Karl Malone run the floor. I mean, this is a guy who's only missed 4 games in his career, running the floor, taking out cameramen, doing everything. His speed at his size is amazing. It'd been interesting for him, the first guy that comes to mind. The reason why they have a great shot this year at making it to the finals.
Malone made both, and the lead is 6. Hornacek. Wilkins had his back turned.
Tell you what, they try to step it right back down you. You have to pay attention almost more on made baskets than you do on miss.
Oh, Malone again with the follow-away. 22 first half points for Del Negro. Purdue. Malone with a clean block.
Weak side help. Well, this is probably the most improved part of Karl Malone's game, and that's that jump shot. Early days, you could let him shoot it. Now you can't. And this is another reason Utah was so good. That's a great pass by Vinny. Most teams, that's a dunk. On Utah, that's help defense.
Underneath, John Stockton off the glass for 2 more. At some point in his career, he fired the whole team.
Hey, he fired Bradley. Sean Bradley plays well or turns out.
Boy, he got active when he got to Dallas, didn't he? As a matter of fact, there's the block underneath. Shandon Anderson with the block. Final 50 seconds. Here's Malone. Fouled by Corey Alexander.
And Corey at the team, you know, it was right after the All-Star break. The Spurs came inverted.
23 touches, only 4 double teams. And Malone in the first half. A rest at the start of the second quarter since he came back on the floor. It's a 25-12 Utah lead. Shandon Anderson. At the other end, Anderson knocks it out of the hands of
Karl Malone. And instead of looking at the basket, he was looking at Karl Malone. That's why he missed that shot.
Now here's Malone. Finds Hornacek underneath.
Concerted effort to get back in transition. The problem is, in the first half, they've let themselves get down so far. It'll be interesting. What he can do is he can create points on his own. And when the playoffs basketball, it gets tight and slow, you need guys like that.
22 points for the 37-year-olds. They've cut a 20-point margin to 11 with 3:08 to go, third quarter. The dish underneath, Malone, and the basket counts. Oh, what a pass.
This team passes the ball so well. If you try to trap, they make an adjustment. If you try to front, they make an adjustment. That time, that was just a great cut. Vinny Del Negro lost eye contact with Hornacek, and it killed him. Down to a 9-point game. They're on the road, and they've done it because they've done 2 things. One, they found 2 guys who can score, and 2, they've eliminated Trent.
Malone to Antoine Carr. Morris. Stockton with a jumper. Go with the half-court set. Dominique Wilkins guards Morris. Here's Malone. Cadillac Anderson on him. Stockton pretty.
Watching it, he will get attacked.
11 turnovers. Only 9 for Utah, and they had. And then Friday night, Chicago at Washington, and next Tuesday night, the Lakers.
And he just laughed. Right there was an example. That was a John Stockton flop, and he gets away with it because he's really good at it.
With it.
Because you know it was a bad call, but
you had the reputation of being the great flop artist.
And it's turned physical over the last 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
And watch the wrist. If you're a little kid and you want to become a great passer, you not only have to see the whole court, you have to have great wrist. He has the
Stockton.
They will not let them get it under that 10-point margin.
103-91. Utah, we talked about going after their 6th in a row tonight. Here's Stockton with the steal. It's 2-on-1. He's got Hornacek. Del Negro has to make a decision. And Malone is the trailer, and he gets the basket. Not much Vinny Del Negro could do.
No, that was a loose freight train coming at you again, and he didn't even have enough time to react to it even if he wanted to.
On the fast break, it's 2 future Hall of Famers. The first is John Stockton with the assist to Karl Malone.
good job of building this team around those two guys. When you look at that play, why did Jeff Hornacek even run down court? He knew where he was going. He was going to Karl Malone, and that's where he should go. So many injuries, it's going to be tough for them to get it. But of the 4 teams, they don't need it. They can win anywhere.
Right.
The Lakers, due to injury, they probably won't get it. So it'll come down to the quest for a ring. You know, everyone has to up there, Andy, because they know who they have to beat, and that's the Chicago Bulls. And right now, there's not a team better than the Bulls, and everyone knows that.
Stockton got loose underneath and gets 2 more. Hornacek with a feed. Nice pass from Thursday. All those in the Delta Center.
Yeah, they have a nice chance here to make a run, and they will.
Malone, why not?
Didn't even want to shoot it.
37 points for Utah team, and the Jazz win at 130.